I want to talk to you about the sales process. Okay, I want to talk about the steps of the process. Again, as I've indicated earlier, there's an art form to selling and there's a science to selling, but I can't teach anyone the art of selling. You're either born with that natural artistic ability to be a salesperson or you're not, but I can teach you the science of selling. Okay? Now, what I've got for you is a picture of not a sales pyramid, but a sales pipeline. Okay? I don't like pyramids. A sales funnel, which people talk about, if you think about it, if you put the same amount in the funnel, and it's bigger than the amount that comes out the bottom, what ultimately happens? The funnel fills up, and then opportunities begin what? Spilling over the sides, and they're lost. With a pipeline, with the exact same size pipe, you can put more and more through there just by increasing the velocity at which the liquid moves. Okay? Now I've got a pretty good close ratio. My close ratio is 84%. 84 cents out of every dollar I find, I book. And this is not inbound inquiries because I never have inbound inquiries. Very few. Almost all of my sales are proactively created opportunities, and my close ratio is 84%. I'm not quite at the 100% which you get out of a pipeline, but I try and get a little bit better all the time. Okay? Now what I want to give you is a way to think about this. What you really have here is a road. You have a road that starts right here and goes in this direction. And I call it the road to sales success because it's an uphill road and it's tough to travel. And at the end of each step in the sales process, there's an intersection that comes in, and there is a traffic light at that intersection. But unlike a North American traffic light, this is a traffic light that you find in parts of Central and South America, some parts of Europe and Asia. And that is, you get 2 yellow lights. There are places where you don't get 1, you get 2. You get the yellow light we get when it's green going to red, and you get a yellow light when it's red going to green. Those crazy Swiss will tell you, do not look at the other traffic light to try and find out when we are ready to drive forward. Yeah? You keep your eyes working, tell you. Now those 3 colors of traffic light are equal to the 3 primary answers in life, which are what? Yes, no, and maybe. So you come to the first intersection and the traffic light is green. What answer is that? Yes. What are you supposed to do? Keep going. You get a red light. What are you supposed to do? Stop, because the answer is no. When you get a yellow light, what are you supposed to do? Now, I want you to come to a complete stop at that intersection and figure out whether that's a yellow light getting ready to turn red or a yellow light getting ready to turn green. I do not want you to proceed 1 step beyond that point. Because when you blow through a yellow light or even a red light, all you do is waste time down that process. Time that could be profitably spent selling an opportunity that you could book. Okay? Now, the fact that there are 6 steps in this process does not mean you're supposed to call a customer 6 times. You can go from one end to the other of this process in 1 5-minute phone call. Or you could spend 4 or 5 calls in any one of those steps and never get out. But I want you to think about the process and begin to apply it, and then I want you to think about how many of your opportunities that you have right now in each step. Because for you to grow your business, you need to constantly be putting things in this side of the pipeline to get things out the other side. It's kind of like a sausage grinder. As long as you keep putting meat in the top and turning the crank, what comes out? Sausage. But if you continue to turn the crank and you don't put meat in the top, what comes out? Nothing. Nada. Doesn't work. So what I want you to think about is how much business do you have at each step along this pipeline?